We're entering the end of winter, the beginning of spring. Our cover crop has really taken off, and this is the perfect time to have sheep on our property. We also want to balance that with bud break. We are a vineyard after all. We have to take care of our vines. So end of February, beginning of March of each year, we've welcomed the woolly weeders, our sheep flock, to Ramsgate Winery, and they're here in full force, about 400 head at the moment. The reason I think sheep are really important to our operation is that we're really focused on sustainable and organic farming. And along that journey, I've been trying to figure out a way that we can combat the herbicide need or the weeds that we have in our vineyard with a more sustainable approach. And there's really no more sustainable practice than having actual sheep, actual animals take care of those weeds for us versus having to spray something or use a mechanical means via machine or a tractor. The other benefits that we have with having sheep on the site is we're getting a little bit of extra compost. So we added a bunch of compost in November. We're adding a little bit of manure now with the flock in the vineyard. The second thing is I just love having livestock here. I think it's great for morale. I think we're all really happy when the sheep arrive. There's just something in the air other than the smell of sheep that makes us all feel really good about what we're doing here. The flock that we have is really dynamic. Year to year, it's ever changing. It's a living organism. The first year was mostly ewes and mother sheep. Last year we had a small amount of lambs join the flock, and this year, I don't know, there's something in the air. There's a tremendous amount of lambs. Don Watson, the owner of the flock, said, you know, everyone's birthed the triplets this year. So we have a tremendous amount of lambs. But as a result, I feel like everyone's a little bit shorter on average, and we're seeing a little bit less of them jumping through the vines, which is helpful for us on the back end of just maintaining our trellis. Timing is really important for us. I want our cover crop to be tall enough. I want to get the benefits of the cover crop, yet I also want them to be in before bud break. So there's a really tight window, and so far this is our third year doing it. It's somewhere between the end of February and the beginning of March. And from here, the calculation on how many sheep per acre and how fast they move really depends on how many sheep there are, but also the height of the cover crop. Typically, it's about 2 to 3 days per 7 and 8 acres. We have about 27 acres on site, so say it's 7 to 9 days to get to the entire property. After they're done in the vineyard, you know, after the 8 or 9 days, we'll then move them to our 2 fallow sections of our property. We have 150 acres total, and only 27 is in vine. So there's a lot of land for the sheep and possibly even goats later this year to kind of work the fallow land and keep the weeds down. And then later in the season, that serves as a great fire protection for us. With the wildfires of California, this is just an added insurance that we're creating an increased defensible space on either end of our property.